What is going on, Andrew? Back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about our biggest surprise teams and our biggest disappointing teams in the 2025 MLB season. Because I think this season so far has been really interesting to watch. There's been a lot of good teams and a lot of bad teams as well. But I'm going to give you guys my top 3 surprises and then my top 3 disappointments of the season. Now, we're going to kick it off with the Rays. I feel like the Rays have been a really surprising team in the 2025 season. Currently, as I'm recording this video, they are currently in a playoff spot at 43-35. So definitely playing a solid season so far. And, obviously being in George Steinbrenner Field, they've obviously played a lot of home games in the first half of the season, but considering we're almost at the halfway mark, they've played pretty solid. They're 27-23 at home, 16-12 on the road, and the team has been pretty solid for the most part. I know they've had, they've called up a ton of prospects as well this season, which has been nice to see. I mean, we got to see a glimpse of Chandler Sampson when he was obviously up here, and we were getting to see some young prospects. They have called a decent amount of guys up, obviously Junior Candelario being kind of the best of them, I would say. And they still have some good players. Yandy Diaz has been doing his thing at the DH position. Jonathan Randa has probably been like one of their best players if you just look at average. I mean, he's been absolutely killing it over there. They've still got guys like Brendan Lowe on this team. Obviously, Christopher Morel is still here, obviously from that Cubs trade. So they definitely got a decent amount of players. They're still pretty solid. They obviously got my GOAT, Travis Jankowski was on this team as well. Yeah, the hitting's been pretty solid. If you look at the pitching, it's been okay. Like they haven't had like a super dominant performance except for like Drew Rassman, I want to say. He's been pretty consistent, especially recently for this squad. Obviously, guys like Shane Baz and Bradley, they're up in almost a 5 ERA. I mean, that's just not good. Yeah, that's just horrible in the pitching category. But they've been pretty okay so far. Like, it hasn't been crazy good, but it hasn't been like crazy bad. So it's definitely been okay. Yeah, I think most people not really expecting much from this Rays team. I would definitely say they're a surprise just because they're currently in a postseason spot and they're playing good baseball and they've really turned it up. So I would definitely say they're one of the surprise teams of the 2025 season just because, they were kind of 500 last year. People don't really think they're going to do much, because they're always kind of in it, you could say. But last year, the last couple of years, they maybe fallen off a little bit. Especially with some of their wild card teams they have. They're kind of like, eh. I got the Rays definitely on this list as one of my first surprise teams. And going over my next surprise team, I do have the Houston Astros here. Just because, they did trade away a lot of pieces in the offseason. I didn't think this team would be as good as they are now. But they're currently winning their division. They're 45-33 in the West. And they got like a 6-game lead over the Mariners who are in second place. So definitely a solid season from them so far. And they are keeping up with a lot of the other teams in the AL. So they're definitely playing some good ball. And you can see this in the hitting category too. I mean, Jeremy Pena, like I said, he's been really solid this season. Definitely looks like his 2022 self, which is good. I mean, Jose Altuve is always going to be there for this team. Jake Myers is also playing pretty well for this squad as well as a ton of other guys on this team. So the quality of the team is not horrible. I will say that. I think the Astros have done a good job. I think Christian Walker, he's not really played up to his potential, I feel like, with this new squad. But I feel like he could get better in upcoming seasons. But I think where the Astros shine a lot is in the pitching. The pitching has been really solid for this team. I mean, Hunter Brown has probably been one of the best starters in the league right now. He's got a 1.88 ERA, which is just absolutely insane. He's pitched really well this season. We look at guys like Felmer Valdez, who's also pitched pretty good. He's currently at a 3 ERA. I mean, you got the big closer, Josh Hader, on this team still. I think he's still playing pretty solid. He's at a 1.83 ERA, so it might be a little bit high for a reliever. Brian Abreu's like pretty much the same as him, 1.83. Obviously, there's some outliers that aren't playing good, like Blanco's up to a 4 ERA. That's not really good. Gusto's got a 4.62, which is not really good. And Lance McCullers is also at a 4.91, which isn't very good. But there's a lot more guys. Obviously some bullpen guys got to have some higher A's because there's not a big sample size. When they do get some good pitching performances, they definitely seem like they capitalize a lot. Just looking at the teams they beat and kind of the scores, you can pretty much gauge how they're playing. Maybe the Astros are definitely kind of a surprise team for me just because I didn't think they'd be as good, to be honest. But the Astros, you can never count them out, to be honest, until they're officially eliminated. So they're my second team on this list. Now, my last surprise team I do have on this list is going to be the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, the Milwaukee Brewers, I feel like they just never get talked about. I don't know if you guys realize that, but there's just some teams I just never hear from. A lot of the NL Central teams are those squads. But to me, the Brewers have definitely been a surprise team. I know they made some trades with the whole Devin Williams thing happened in the offseason. Everyone's like, this team's done. They're out of it. They said the same thing when some of their starting pitchers left a couple years ago. But once again, they got some rookie talent as well that has come through big time for them. I mean, just take a look at their stats. I mean, Christian Yelich is still playing pretty solid. Jackson Chourio is still a solid player in the outfield. Rhys Hoskins is doing his thing over there. William Contreras has been pretty good. I think an underrated player is Bryce Ratang. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I think he's been one of their best players for sure. I mean, look at a guy like Sal Frelick too. He's also been doing his thing as well. He's almost at a 300 average. Like, there's just a lot of players on this team that have been pretty solid. Also, the pitching situation has been really good as well. Freddie Peralta's looked really good this season, 2.76 ERA. Chad Patrick's also looked really good for the Brewers at 3.50. Quinn Priest has also been pretty good. He's at a 3.68 for the Milwaukee Brewers. I remember when he was really struggling. I think he was with the White Sox. He was struggling a lot, which is very interesting to see that. Jose Quintana is still back, obviously coming over from the Mets last year. 2.98 ERA this season. He's looked really good as well every time he pitches. And I can't forget the rookie they literally just called up that's been absolutely phenomenal. I think how you pronounce his name is Jacob Sky or something like that. I'm not sure you pronounce his name, but his first 11 innings as a rookie, he's looked really solid. He's already 2-0, and he's only given up like 1 run. So I think he's going to be really good for this Brewers team moving forward. Yeah, overall, the pitching's been pretty solid for the Brewers, and the hitting's been pretty good. When you kind of average up the two, I mean, there's not really like a crazy good player, but there's also not really like a crazy bad player on this team. I feel like everyone's kind of in the middle, which you see a lot of teams win like that in the league. You'd be surprised. There's tons of examples of quote unquote like mid teams winning the World Series just because everyone is like good across the board pretty much. Yeah, the Brewers are definitely a team that has surprised me a lot, and I definitely think they got a shot to make the playoffs. They're currently sitting in the 3rd wildcard spot when I'm recording this video. So those are my 3 surprise teams I had so far in the MLB season was the Rays, Astros, and Brewers. Now we're going to look at our disappointing teams of the 2025 MLB season. Our first team on this list has got to be the Baltimore Orioles. I mean, I don't know what is happening over there. Complete fall off, obviously, from their last 3 seasons when they were actually playing good baseball, making the postseason. Once again, this team is still one of the worst postseason teams I've ever seen. And we take a look at the stats, you can kind of see a lot of the problems for sure. Ryan O'Hearn has bought by far their best player. He should be making another All-Star appearance for them, which is kind of exciting. Ryan O'Hearn could be a guy that's on the trade block as well. I definitely think he's got a good shot to be traded. I don't know what the Orioles are going to do, but I definitely think they got a lot of pieces they could get if they blow it up. I know Ryan O'Hearn and Cedric Mullins, I mean, Cedric Mullins has been talked about getting traded for a while, even since back to 2021. So I think if they want to blow it up, they 100% could. Or they could trade a couple pieces that they can get rid of. A lot of the rookies have been really bad. I mean, Adley Rutschman has been really bad. Jordan Westbrook, not really been good. Colton Crouser also hasn't really been good. Colton Crouser has 11 RBIs and has played most of the season. And Acuna already has surpassed him. He's been injured for half the season. That goes to show, I think, where this team's at. I mean, I understand Acuna's like a generational player, but like, this team has just not been good across the board. Obviously, Gunnar Henderson has been one of their other best players on this team. He's been a 281 this season. Jackson Holliday, I think, has his moments. He's been okay. He hasn't been really good, but I don't think he's been really bad either. There's a lot of question marks with this hitting core. I mean, it's just really weird what's going on with this squad. And if we get to the main reason why this team is horrible, it has got to be this pitching. It is so bad in the pitching department. Every starting pitcher doesn't even have a good ERA. There's no good ERA on the starting pitching. Charlie Morton has a 5.64. Dean Kramer has a 4.60. Zach Eflin has a 5.46. The Japanese player Sungo has got a 3.55. He's the best ERA from a starting pitcher, I'm pretty sure, on this team. And then Cade Putchiff, he's got a 5.15. So the whole pitching staff has literally just been horrible. Even some of the bullpen guys like Yonder Cano has also not been good. He's almost at a 5. There's one guy in here with an 8 ERA. Is that a 16 ERA I see? I don't know what's going on over there. Yeah, the pitching has not been good. The injuries have not been good for this team. I know a lot of guys have been getting injured on the Orioles. This is one of those seasons you got to just chalk it up and go again next year. I don't know what this team's got to do to figure it out. I know they did lose Burns, which was tough for them. And I know they're one of those teams that haven't really spent a lot of money on free agents. So maybe they'll finally start spending money and just trying to figure out how to build a winning squad. Yeah, I feel like this year could be a wake-up call for them, or it could just be nothing and they'll continue to be trash, in my opinion. Because they did make the playoffs the last 2 seasons, obviously, and they have looked pretty solid in those years. And then they get the postseason, and they were probably the worst team I've ever seen in the postseason. So hopefully the ownership doesn't think they could recreate those seasons, because those were really not good seasons, in my opinion. Yeah, the Orioles are definitely my first team on the disappointing list. Now, the next team I have has got to be the Atlanta Braves. They're currently 35-41 when I'm recording this video. Just have not been good, haven't been good from the start. They were 0-7 to start the season. Obviously playing the Padres and Dodgers, so that's a pretty tough schedule to start the season off. But just taking a look at this team, I mean, the hitting core has been okay. I mean, the best player has been Ronald Acuna Jr. He's batting almost a 400 average, which is insane to think about. And he's only played in 27 games, so it's absolutely insane. He's actually averaging like almost an RBI every other game, which is pretty good. And he's definitely been their best player. You know, I know he's doing his best to try to turn this ship around, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Also, Drake Baldwin's also been pretty solid this season. Kind of an underrated catcher they have. He's batting at 293 with this team. He's been playing pretty solid, so shout out to him. But a lot of the core players haven't been playing good. Like Matt Olson's batting at 250. Austin Riley's been playing pretty good. He's batting at 272. Azuna's batting at 253. I mean, we got Sean Murray batting at 219. That's really not the best. Even the guys in the outfield are struggling with Kelnick, White, and Harris not being good at all. So yeah, it's been pretty tough for this squad to kind of turn around. Obviously, Jackson Profar being suspended wasn't ideal either. But the hitting core, it's looked okay, but it's not the best, I will say that. And the pitching has looked iffy. I will say that the pitching has looked iffy. Chris Sale's still their best pitcher. This guy's absolutely dominating for this team. 2.52 ERA has been absolutely insane for this squad so far. But a lot of their pitchers, they're kind of in the 4s, 3s kind of category. Hasn't been the best for them. Also, I think most people thought Spencer Strider was going to be pretty good when he came back from injury, but that really hasn't happened either. And a lot of the bullpen guys have a pretty high ERA and haven't been really very good. So yeah, just a struggle bus for the Braves. I wonder where they go next after this season, because I really don't think they're going to turn around. I feel like that's highly unlikely. Just considering where they are right now, they're 7 games out of a wild card spot, which is definitely a lot. They got to jump like 4 teams. But I currently just don't think they're going to turn around, and I kind of want to see where they go next. I wonder what's the next steps for this squad, considering they put a lot of money into this team, and you know, a lot of people are getting injured. They haven't been winning, so I'm kind of wondering what the GM's going to do over there. I have full faith he's going to turn around because he's been really solid for that team. But we'll kind of wait and see what the Braves are going to do. Now, our last disappointing team of the MLB season has got to be the Texas Rangers for me. I really did think this team was going to be in a position to win this division, and they have been the exact opposite of what I thought. Currently, when I'm recording this video, they're 38-40, so right around the 500 mark. But the hitting on this team has been absolutely atrocious, like really bad. To start the season off, they really were not good. Obviously, they lost Corey Seager, which wasn't good. I'm pretty sure he's come back from injury now, which is nice. But just looking at the hitting core has not been good. Watt Lamford was pretty solid at the beginning of the season. I will say that. He's kind of cooled off, though. Jake Berger has not been good. Adolis Garcia has been okay. Jonah Heim, once again, has been okay. Josh Young has been okay. Seager's been okay. Semion's been okay. Their best player has literally been Josh Smith. He's been one of their best players for sure. Obviously, besides Watt Langford earlier on in the season. But yeah, it just hasn't been good. And then the whole Jock Peterson signing, I mean, that was horrible. I'm not going to lie. There's just been like negative hitting potential on this team. And the games I've actually gone to the stadium and seen them in person, these guys just cannot score runs when it matters. I remember they were playing the A's and they were like basically winning the whole game. And the A's came back and won. But they had like 6 opportunities to score and they just could not do it. I mean, it's just so bad. But then we look at their pitching staff and the pitching has been really solid for this team. Jacob deGrom has looked insanely well this season. 2.24 ERA, which is really good. Best pitcher has definitely been Nathan Eovaldi, 1.56. Definitely could see him being a Cy Young candidate for sure. You know, he doesn't have the best win-loss record. He's just been a solid pitcher. He hasn't pitched a lot of innings though, so I think that might hold him back a little bit compared to other guys we're going to see with like Screwball and Max Fried and Carlos Rodon and guys like that. But he's definitely been a solid pitcher for sure. Jack Leiter really hasn't been good. Patrick Corbin's been okay. Tyler Mahle's actually been pretty good, 2.34 ERA. But I will say the pitching staff for the most part has been pretty solid. The bullpen's been okay. A couple guys are kind of shaky. A couple guys are pretty solid. But it's just been very strange for this Texas team. Really good pitching, really bad hitting, which is really not what we saw a couple years ago when this team went all the way. And it's kind of like a where do they go next kind of thing, because it's really weird what you do with this team. Because I really don't think they need to spend like a ton of money to make it work. It's just these guys got to play better. Like that's what it is. And if they can't play better, well, you might have to sign someone to take their place or draft someone better. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's going to be a weird season for the Texas Rangers. I feel like they're probably going to sit around 500 all season if I had to guess. The Rangers were definitely pretty disappointing looking back at my kind of early predictions I made. So those are the teams I picked. 3 surprise teams, 3 disappointing teams. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about these squads. You know, for my surprise teams, once again, I had the Rays, Astros, Brewers. For my disappointing teams, I had the Orioles, Braves, and Rangers. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Is there any other team that's been super disappointing or super surprising to you guys? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.